welcome back to my channel. It's Deja and I'm coming to y'all with a life update. Before the last video, I hadn't seen y'all in a whole year. I think I posted that party, Yesenia's birthday party. I posted that in August, and we're in August again. So it's time to give y'all a life update because, honey, a lot has happened. So let me go ahead and get y'all updated on the tea. Cause you know, I come on here, I be talking a lot of shit, right? But I'm real enough to talk about my shit as well because, honey, I'm not perfect. So this past year has really humbled the fuck out of me. Let's get into it. Run this back to when I went to that party, right? If you go through my videos, I went to my friend's party in August. She's a Leo. And I was in my apartment. I was in the hood. I was in Pleasant Grove at the time. And when I first moved to Pleasant Grove, I really just needed somewhere to go really fast because my mama had put me out. And I was like 22 at the time. She put me out and I just needed somewhere to go. And I got in those apartments and I was there for 2.5 years. Now, I know y'all wondering like, well, why did you move? Like, you know, did you find something more affordable? Did you find something cheaper? Like, what's tea with the apartment? Okay, so no, I was always telling y'all we wanted to move because the apartments was just really ghetto. The outside of the apartments was really ghetto. The inside of my apartment, not so much, okay? You know, it had like nice little furniture and stuff or whatever. You know, I would keep it nice, you know, nice and cozy. People are already, you know, they liked my apartment when people would come over. They're like, oh, you have a nice apartment. Whole time, it's like stray cats running around. The gates don't work. Like, you hear gunshots and like people like really speeding through the street. The water be cut off at random times. A little shit like that. Like, I did not like that. Parking was really bad there too. Like, I did not like parking. I would either have to park really far when I got home and have to walk through the parking lot at nighttime. I didn't like that. Or when I would have visitors, it would be nowhere for them to park and we would have to risk like getting our cars towed. There's just a lot going on at them apartments. And on top of that, people kept popping up at my house. Like, not random strangers, but you know, let's say like I fuck with a nigga or two, whatever, and niggas just feel like free. Just pop up at my house. Annoying to me. My neighbors, in my opinion, they seem kind of stalkerish. Kind of like some shit like they be watching me type shit. Like, I go out and I go to work every morning or every afternoon or whatever, and somebody's like standing outside. The same person is always standing outside like waiting on me type shit. Like, I just needed to really move and get away from them apartments. So that was what I was trying to do. Okay, so y'all know that call center I was at doing collections, right? And I did a video on here how they was getting on my nerves and stuff, how I was getting on their ice because I was always late and leaving early and stuff like that. Well, long story short, I'm gonna make that story long. They went ahead and let my ass go, honey. It was a day I went and picked up my keys because I was already skating on thin ice about my attendance and shit, right? So I went on my lunch because that was in Irving, and the apartment I was moving to was off of 360 in Grand Prairie. So I went on my lunch, my hour lunch, and I went to go pick up my keys or whatever, and I was running late coming back. And I had called the little supervisor line. I had told them like, hey, I'm running late. I might be like 5-10 minutes late from lunch. Boom. Probably like a couple days later, I was coming up the stairs finna like, you know, scan my badge, go in the office and clock in. Why the fuck my manager was like standing waiting for me at the top of the stairs, bitch? That shit blew me. He was just standing there. He had this paper in his hand. He was looking like sad, like sorrow. And he was like, come on. He was like, come follow me. Let's go talk. I said, okay. So I followed him. And he like kind of turned into this room. He made a right into like this little room. Boom. We made that right into the room. And it was our GM. It was the lady, his manager. So all three of us in the little room, and he basically read off this script. He was like, yeah, as of today, such and such, you've been terminated, da. And so I said, okay. I gave him my badge, and I looked at the GM. I said, okay, so what's the reason of me being terminated? Like, what's the reason? And she was like, call HR. HR will tell you everything that you need to know. I said, okay, whatever. And he was like, you know what? He was like, he handed me like the stuff from my desk. He handed it to me in like a little white box, you know, office box or whatever. And he was like, I'll help you carry these down. So basically he escorted me out. This was like 2 days after I picked up my keys for the apartment. But I hadn't moved in yet, right? Like my stuff was still at my old apartment. So it like overlaps. I made sure that it overlaps. So I won't be physically sleeping in the new apartment, but I'm, you know, I secured it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still sleeping in the old apartment, but everything is packed up. So I was like, damn, like I already paid my deposit. I picked up my keys. Like, I'm moving this week. I can't turn around and tell my old apartment, like, hey, I need to stay. Because no, I already gave them my 30, 60-day notice. I probably could have did that. I don't know. Them apartments ghetto. They probably would have let me stay. I don't know. But look, the point is, I was determined in moving into my new apartment. So that's what I did. 2 days after I got fired, I still moved into my new apartment. And that was that. I was like just saying, okay, well, I have a month or whatever to get a job, or like I have a couple weeks to find another job, Because, you know, keep in mind, it's never hard for me to find another job. But in this moment, it took long than a bitch for me to find a job. Like, it was hard as hell. I don't know what's going on with Tarrant County, but ain't no money out there for real. So, I was going on interviews left and right. Nothing was landing, or the pay was too low. Like, I needed real money. Okay, here we go to real tea. I'm gonna really give y'all the real tea. Y'all finna just really see how irresponsible I am and how weird I am. And I hate to say this and I hate to put this in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here because it's the real. So yeah, what people really don't know about when I lost my apartment or when I got fired from my job doing collections, they gave me a severance check. So, you know, cause you know that was wrong. So they basically cut me a check. Basically, they gave me a free 80 hours and an extra 2 hours for showing up that day. And it was a nice little check. It was probably about $1,600, $1,700, right? So, y'all, I fucked off that money. Can y'all believe that? I fucked off that money. That money was basically my rent and like utilities. And I didn't pay my rent and utilities with that check because I wouldn't have anything left over for like gas or food or like, you know, necessities for me to survive. So no, I didn't pay my rent with it. I was just really hoping and praying that I would find a job to pay my rent late, quote unquote. But this is what happened. So, okay, yeah, so fast forward to moving day. Okay, because yeah, I had already like emailed my leasing office or whatever, told them I was moving. I gave them like what, a 30-day notice. I emailed them and told them I was moving. So moving day came. I found my movers on Craigslist and they just happened to be fucking phenomenal. They were phenomenal, very fast, and they were efficient. They came with their own truck, like these Hispanic men, and they were very nice. It was 2 of them. They moved me. Whatever, I was moving to Grand Prairie. And, yeah, the apartment, it was cool. I knew from the beginning, though, I was going to have issues. Because I would, like, pop in just to check to see, like, hey, is my apartment ready? I want to look at my apartment. And they would be having some bullshit going on. Like, oh, she didn't tell you your apartment won't be ready in time. We have to switch you to a new unit. But, like, nobody called and told me. Like, it was getting, like, real. Like, okay, like, I had a gut feeling that I shouldn't have moved there, right? Or I shouldn't, you know, I was like, I don't know about this because y'all playing with me. Like, y'all not really communicating properly, you know what I'm saying? So, I remember speaking to my dad about it. I was upset. I was like, Dad, I was like, these people, they playing with me. They didn't even tell me they had to, you know, change my unit. I said I had to physically go up there and pop up on them for them to tell me anything about my unit. And he was like, well, Deja, he was like, well, you just need to stay where you at. He was like, you need to stay where you at. You need to stay in Pleasant Grove. And he was like, because if you don't move into that new apartment, where are you going to go? I said, I'm going to go stay with you. I did not want to stay in Pleasant Grove. I wanted to move so bad. Like, no, I'm not staying here. No. And the rent wasn't even bad. The rent, it was all bills paid. So I think in the beginning, when I first moved there, I was paying like $7 something. And that's for rent, utilities, all included, right? But by the time I moved, I was paying like $9.50 or something like that. But I always went over my electric cap. I don't know what was up with that. One time my electric was like $150, and that's supposed to be included in the rent, honey. So I had to pay extra $150. So yeah, when you have like an all bills paid apartment, you do have caps on stuff, right? I had a cap on my electric. I always went over it, whether it was $25 or $100, which was crazy because it's only me. So who's using up all the damn electricity? I was barely home. I was working 2 jobs. Like, honey, what's really tea? Oh my God. It's like a gnat or a fly in here. So yeah, my dad was already telling me, he was like, you just need to stay where you at. Da-da-da. And I was not listening to him. I know everything. I know what's best for Deja. Blase, 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 blase. You know, I paid my deposit and stuff. They prorated my rent when I moved in. And then I think like, cause I moved in toward the end of the month. But then the first of the month rolled around, probably like 3-4 days later, they wanted rent. And so I was confused, like, damn, didn't I just give y'all some money? Like, why are you knocking on my door asking for more money? Like, damn, bitch, like, give me a moment. Like, because even if I really did have my job still, I don't even get paid in 3 more days type shit. Like, bitch, I get paid in 2 more weeks type shit. So regardless, I was gonna pay rent late, whether I had the job or not. You know what I'm saying? But bitch knocked on my door and she had me like an eviction notice type shit. Like, oh, you need to have your rent, or, you know, you're gonna have to get out. Which blew me because, you know, in Pleasant Grove, I'm used to eviction notices. Like, once you pay your rent, the eviction process start all the way over. But you got to give me your first warning on the eviction type shit. So, I don't know. That was kind of weird because it's probably like the 2nd or the 3rd of the month. And she gave me like an eviction notice, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. My whole dilemma was, okay, I'm going to pay this late, right? And then I should be good. Like, it should start all the way over. Because I did find a job, but it wasn't paying shit. It was in Grapevine. It was for a car dealership. Setting up, like, service appointments for people to come and, like, get their car serviced. It was, like, rank-a-dang real bullshit, right? It was paying me, like, $14.50. And it was semi-monthly pay. Long story short, it wasn't going to be enough to pay my bills. But I was banking on that money, like, okay, I'm gonna pay my rent with this, then I'm gonna double back. I might be late for the next month as well, but I'm gonna catch up because, you know, I'm going to get my shit together. No, honey, they wanted the rent I was late on and the rent after that. They wanted that, like, together for the next month type shit. Like, and she was like, we're not gonna take it unless it's together. And I'm just like, bitch, what you mean you're not gonna take it if it's not together? She was like, if I don't have the late rent and the on-time rent together, she was like, she's gonna file for eviction. So long story short, I really feel like that lady, she was being kind of racist type shit. She was like some Hispanic lady. She looked white, but she really Hispanic. She might be married into the Mexican heritage, bitch. Let's keep it all the way. I might walk in to check on my apartment or something, and she don't even greet me and say hello. I might be like, hello, I'm here to see such and such, and she might stand up and be like, do you have your ID with you? Like, damn, bitch. Hi, how's your day going? You think because I'm black, I'm young and black, I don't have an ID? Like, yeah, bitch, I got my license, bitch. I already paid my deposit here, bitch. This is gonna be my new apartment, bitch. Like, why are you acting like real prejudiced, or like you ain't ever seen no black people come in here before? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know racism when it speaks, just to sum things up, right? My family members trying to get some advice on what I should do. Excuse me. Because I was working, right? At the little job or whatever, making $14.50 an hour, which wasn't shit. Because I still got my car note, insurance, and I still got rent and utilities and groceries and gas, honey. So that wasn't no money, honey. So in the process of working there, I was looking for like a part-time job to get like some extra money. I needed to run it up quick because I wasn't trying to lose my apartment. But basically, I did speak to my dad again, and we had got into it because he was just trying to throw in my face and be like, well, I told you not to move. I told you to stay where you was. And he was like, you need to stay there and fight the eviction. And I was basically trying to tell him, even if I do stay and fight the eviction, even after fighting the eviction, I don't have any money to maintain the apartment and maintain my lifestyle. I'm making $14.50, bitch. And the apartment was like $1,300 flat. It was like, no, it was like 12. It was $11.99, so it was $1,200 flat, plus like utilities and all the extra shit they throw in there and all the extra bullshit, right? Groceries and stuff, you know. So I was not making enough to maintain that apartment. So what I did was, when I got paid from that job, y'all, I called my movers, got a storage, and I just fucking moved the fuck out, bitch. I put all my shit in the motherfucking storage, paid my movers, paid my storage, and I moved. I moved before the next month of the first of what, that was what, September. I was facing eviction, so I moved out like before October 1st. And I just told them like, okay, y'all gave me all these letters and shit about how I needed to be out, so boom, I'm out. Why the fuck these people hit me with a reletting fee? So if you don't know, a reletting fee is just basically like, okay, like let's say I owe $1,200 in rent because I didn't pay for September. I paid for August, right? Because I moved in August. That was my prorated rent. I paid for August. I needed to double back 3 days later or 4 days later, or a week later, whatever, and pay September. I didn't pay September. So I owe September, and then because I didn't notify them I was moving out, even though they gave me a notice to move out, they still charged me a reletting fee, which is basically another rent fee. So I owe $1,200. The reletting fee was $1,200, and then I owed for the rest of the year that I had signed the lease, which is like, that shit was a lot of money. I don't even remember what how much that shit was. It was like so much fucking money. It was like thousands of dollars I had owed them for breaking my lease. So technically I didn't get evicted, I broke my lease. But I was facing eviction, bitch. Y'all ain't finna put my nice shit out on no fucking curb, bitch. Y'all got me fucked up. Cause when I come back to get it, it's gonna be gone. That's all I knew. Okay. So they had put me on like a 6-month payment plan. And how that works is I would just be basically paying off the apartment in increments, 6-month installments. And I think somebody had moved in shortly after that, so then they like knocked off like $2,000, $3,000 or something like that. So then I owed only like $4,000 and something. So I was paying like $700 for the next 6 months to pay off that apartment, and I did pay it off. I paid it off in May, and I only did that so it wouldn't hit my rental history. Because had I just said, oh fuck the apartment, like it would have hit my rental history and I wouldn't be able to get no apartment. And since then, I have been approved for an apartment, but I think my credit is so bad now, like I have to pay a double deposit type shit. That's annoying, but at least I got approved, because if I had that eviction on my shit, I would not be approved. Considering it's still in the same fucking year time frame, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. I'm straight with that, right? That's how I lost my apartment. Me and my dad was getting into it because he basically wanted me to stay and fight it, and he wasn't trying to open up his doors for me at the time, and I know why now. I'm not gonna put his business out, but basically I had to double back and go to my mama's house, which is why I'm here. I did start working at a credit union at the time. Probably, I applied for unemployment. Unemployment came in clutch, right? But it came in when I was at my mama's house, as soon as I moved into my mama's house. And my homegirl was like, girl, you might as well go back and move back into your shit. And I was like, she was like, yeah, because you can pay the rent now. You can pay last month's rent and you can pay this month's rent, you know, for October. She said, you might as well move into your shit. And I said, oh no. I was like, I said, I don't really like the vibes there. They was not working with me and not being understanding with me or none of that. Like, it just seemed like they was ready for me to go. And I hadn't even been there yet because I was a young black girl. That was like, she gonna be issues, she gonna be trouble. Which I was living my best life, right, in the midst of losing my apartment. I was being very immature and irresponsible, okay? But anyway, when I got into my mama's house in October, I got a job at a credit union in Irving. And it was cool at first. I really liked it. They weren't paying me shit. Come to find out, they was underpaying me. And that was from my manager's mouth. She said that she was giving me less money than the tellers, because I was a teller at the time. But when she told me that, I had got promoted to the call center. So she was like, I gave you a little extra money for the call center since you were getting less than the other tellers. And I'm just thinking, bitch, I got teller experience. I have a lot of cash handling experience. So why the fuck would you give me less than the other tellers? And I was the only black teller up there. Just time after time after time, that fucking bank just gave racist. And I know, like, I'm in Texas, so I'm gonna come across a lot of racist shit in my life, and I have, right? I'm not saying the bank wasn't a good bank. It's just they were very unorganized. They come off a little prejudice, a little racist, and they got favorites up there. Just wasn't I wasn't making no motherfucking money at that bank. Whatever. Okay, so I was there. I started there in October. Y'all know I still have my car and everything. I'm paying off my apartment. So let's fast forward to May, because that's when I paid off my apartment. Okay, I think I got approved, or I applied for an apartment in June. I needed a VOE, a verification of employment, from the bank. And why the fucking HR lady was like not trying to do it for me? She was giving me a hard ass fucking time and giving them a hard ass fucking time. Part of me feel like that's why they made me do a double deposit, because they really couldn't verify my employment type shit. Down to it, that double deposit kicked my ass, because technically I applied in June, so July, because they had like a special. July was supposed to be free. Bitch, they double backed and made me pay basically July for like the deposit. I think the deposit was supposed to be $600. They wanted me to pay $1,300 for the deposit. And that just kind of irritated me, because technically July ain't free if I'm paying July's rent for the deposit. Like, but so they was just saying like, oh, it's because my credit. Okay, my credit was probably bad. It is bad. Because when I was losing my apartment, I was like really trying to take out a whole bunch of money, like a whole bunch of loans to keep me afloat and to save my apartment. I took out payday loans. Like when I was at collections, I was doing collections for payday loans. So I totally understand. I mean, I took out some payday loans. I did pay one of them back. I paid one of them back. I'm still working on the other one. It just, yeah, I was down bad. But yeah, I decided not to move into that apartment that I got approved for. Because like I said, I feel like that was janky. They was trying to basically get over on me, making me pay July's rent as a deposit when July is supposed to be free. So that's that. What happened after that? So July rolled around. I had a car wreck. I wrecked my 2-door car. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Just know I wasn't at fault. And I've been down bad ever since. We in August. So yeah, I'm still at my mom's. That was my chance to get out of my mom's. Now I'm like kind of stuck here now. And nothing's wrong with being stuck at my mom's, because, you know, I love her. I appreciate her opening up her doors for me and giving me grace. I've been giving her grace. You know, she's an awesome mom. Even though, like I said in the beginning of the video, she did put me out at one time, and I haven't been back since until October of 2023. So it's been a little adjustment or whatever. My little brother, he has pets and a cat and a dog. They give me hell sometimes, mainly the cats. I don't like cats. Going on, I have just been trying to hang in there. I'm still working on my little part-time job. I'm trying to work on my spirituality. I went to church the other day, and I was so emotional and like into the worship and into the spirit, the Holy Spirit. It was crazy. It was like an out-of-body experience. I haven't been to church in 7 years, since 2017. And that's when, last time I went to church was like around the time I had lost my friend to suicide back in high school. I was a senior. Shortly after that, my mom took me to church. I haven't been back to church since. But because of everything that's happened, losing my apartment, losing my car. Oh yeah, let me tell y'all, because I lost my car, I did separate from the bank because they were just not being understanding with me. They were really big on like, well, you need to be at work. Didn't have a car, and so that really blew me, because how am I gonna get to work? I asked for remote work and they basically told me they don't offer that. So I went ahead and let that motherfucking job go because y'all ain't finna keep stressing me and blowing up my phone and hoping that I come in, and bitch, I can't come in. So, and it's like, you're not understanding. So yeah, imagine losing your apartment, your car, and your job all in the span of 1 year. And what do you think? You think you're not gonna be depressed and sad? I'm trying to stay woke, stay positive, whatever. I went to the library, got some books I've been reading. Sometimes I might take the dog for a walk in the morning. I've been going to work part-time, trying to hang in there, still make my money the best way I know how, you know. And, oh yeah, church too, they said that they're gonna have like a youth Bible study type table talk before the actual service at 10. And that's what I'm gonna go. That's what I'm gonna go do. And just, yeah, that's all that's been happening. Still no kids, still no man, still no real career, still no degree. I'm just living life day by day. Because nobody's perfect. And not gonna lie, this whole situation has humbled me so bad. Humbled me, honey. Humbled me, baby. It can happen to anybody. I show people so much grace now. Praise the word. And growing up, I was like, oh my gosh, he lives with his mom. Girl, time's so hard. Family is where it's at because, yeah, times get hard, honey. Times get real hard. And even me and my dad, we have rekindled our relationship. Just a lot has been going on. And my little brother, he is going to be a senior this year, and he's driving, and just so much is happening. So yeah, y'all, that's it for my life update. It's just crazy how God will come and he will take everything away and he will humble you. And sometimes starting fresh, having to start over isn't the worst. It may feel like the worst, but it's not the end all. Better things are coming, better blessings, bigger blessings are coming. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, if you want me to post more content, just let me know. I've been shadow banned on Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe because I be cussing a lot on there, but yeah, y'all reach out to me. Let me know if y'all want to see anything in particular, and I will try to make that happen. I do have a lot of books from the library. Maybe I should do another library book haul and see what, you know, how y'all may like that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and y'all have a good night.
Say calling from Atlanta, saying this.